All right, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the New York session. I hope you're doing well. So, today is Friday, the 29th of August 2025, and today happens to be the last trading day of the month of August. Hence, I think you've all seen how this week has traded. It's not been easy predicting what price is going to do. Today we have news at 1:30, and I personally didn't want to do a live session today. Now, the reason being, today is the last trading day of the month, and a lot can happen. A whole lot can happen, and yeah, I would like to basically sit out for the day. That is me personally. I don't want to get involved in anything that price is doing, right? Sometimes you just have to watch and don't engage. And today is one of those days that if I had my way, I'll only watch and not engage. But since I want to always do the live session, I have to come here and say something. But in all honesty, today is one of those days that I personally would basically sit out and observe, because I don't know what price is gonna do. One, because it's end of the week. Okay, it's end of the week, and then two, it's end of the month, and the last day. We used to have a saying back in the day when I was in school. We used to say something like this: last days are dangerous. Last days are dangerous. Now, we used to say that because towards the last days of the week, our teachers used to get so dramatic, because they're going to be staying home and doing nothing. So they try to make the children, either struggle or give them something, some kind of, I won't say pain, but something for them to remember throughout the course of the break. So last days are dangerous, meaning towards the end of the week, towards the end of the month, then price can do anything, right? Especially today, the month of August. It hasn't been easy at all, but we've kind of navigated much better, apart from the first drop that happened. We've not actually gone anywhere. Okay, this week does not exist anyway, but we've not gone anywhere. We've spent the rest of the month in the consolidation. Okay, now, as you all know, that is not how price is. Price moves, but this month it hasn't moved. So if you have felt that this month was difficult to trade, it's normal. And yeah, I think we did well navigating through it. managed to get some good trades, both buying and selling. And this is even the worst part of the year. Alright, this is the worst part of the year, and we've managed to navigate through it nicely like that. Then going from, unfortunately, not being here in September, but going from October to end of the year is gonna be amazing. Alright, so well done to everybody that's staying tuned in August, and we are gonna have fun going into October, November, December. Okay, with that said, like I'm saying, I personally don't have anything for the market today, so I'm gonna go straight to the point. The ones that I'm watching for this New York session is Euro Pound. We are rejecting previous week high, so I want to see if price can give a break of structure during this New York session, and then maybe move down, because this week I was expecting them to take out previous week low. Came very close to it. Now, since this happened during a London session, I know for a fact that they did not take it out. Okay, had it happened outside the London session, then probably I would say they did, but it's not showing on Owanda. But they didn't. The truth is they didn't. So that is an engineered equal low. Hence, I'm watching to see if we will reject. Dollar yen, I think I said it several times, stay away from it. Gold, we did manage to go and take out that high, and I actually got another trade yesterday. We spoke about this gap and that high. It went just a little bit below, but rejected, and upon the rejection on the 5-minute chart, that is where I got in to go and attack that high, which is basically this high. Okay, so I got in here, right here on the 5-minute chart, and then rode it a little bit higher. I think I collapsed it in here. Yeah, around 5 something. I collapsed it because I wasn't comfortable with the fact that we didn't aggressively run through it. We went up, came back down, then went up. It was too slow for me, so I basically cashed out and then moved to the sidelines. And with that, maybe today can go up, maybe not, I'm not sure. But we have a down candle here, so that down candle should hold and send price up again. But it's up to you if you want to trade it or not. I'm not gonna give you any ideas on it today. If you want to trade it, just place your stop loss below the New York session low and then target this high for the day. That's it. Okay. Crude oil, I was expecting them to go up here. They did, and what I wanted was to buy it on the 5-minute chart. I think on the 15 minutes. I bought it here, right here, to go there. It was a quick trade that I wanted. That one. Okay, quick in and out, 1-to-1, but nah. Okay, and this morning I was explaining to one of my private students that trading is two ways or two sides. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. So when losses happens, don't worry, because it's part of it. Most people trade with the mentality that they don't want to ever lose. And if you trade with that mentality, you're gonna struggle, really struggle. Because when you are wrong and you don't accept it, you end up holding onto your idea far too long that you crash. Okay, so trading is three things. One, you're gonna win some. One, you're gonna lose some. And then one, you're gonna do nothing. And that is the part that most traders, especially upcoming traders, they don't get. Okay, they're losing and then nothing. It's not in their vocabulary. They want to win. I don't know where they get that idea from. And I used to be like that. Okay, I used to be a trader that wants to win, never lose. And I learned it the hard way. You can't win all the time. So sometimes when you're wrong, just accept you're wrong. And if you don't know what is happening, just sit and wait. Let the market show you without a shadow of a doubt what price is going to do. All right. So for that reason, that's why I'm not doing anything today. Okay. So gold, it can go all the way up. I'm sorry, crude oil can go all the way up here today, but I'm not engaging with it yet. I'm waiting for 2 p.m. As you can see, it's trying to create an order block. We have about 1 hour 37 minutes to go, and then the order block will be created. Once created, you can look for a buy. I think it needs to go up here, so you can look for a buy to go up. Yes, we finally made it to that high. I actually got some nice trade during the New York session over here to go there. It was a scalp and I'm out. So let's see what this New York session will bring. Again, personally, like I said, today I am not doing anything, and I would love you to also do the same thing, but I can't force you, so you do what you have to do. But yeah, I'm on the sidelines on ES. As you can see, there's nothing much. Let the month close. This is how the month is closing, and then we go into next month. Okay, all right, let's go to the cryptos. I'll come back in few minutes to the dollar index because we have some news event coming. Okay, so Bitcoin, we are back into the gap again. That weekly gap, still holding, not broken yet. We've got about 3 days to go. Now, with today's current candle, okay, it's kind of changing the narrative, but we are towards the end of the month, so that is normal. Let me remove all this. If we close today like this, definitely this low is going to be taken again. Okay, if we close like this, that low is going to be taken again. That means whatever happens today, price is still going to come for this low, which is the August low. So we might be seeing today closing, then tomorrow coming down, then maybe something like this. All right, hence wait for today's closure If you bought and you got stopped out, short term, that's fine. A buying opportunity will come again. But if you did not buy, then wait, because I think we might get a run for this low before we go back up, and that will affect all the other cryptocurrencies. So Ethereum, the month is ending, so wait, let the month end, and then we decide based on how the month is ending, because the weekly couldn't go up. It's either we're gonna open the new month and the first week where we're gonna take out the weekly low and expand up, or it can trade back into the gap within the month, because this gap here is within August, so we can come in there before we resume going up. Okay, so lots of waiting to be done. Same thing with Solana. That 220 level is still our drawn liquidity. It hasn't changed. The month is also ending bullish. Let the month end. That can also bring us into this gap before we continue going up. So watch that. Ripple, same thing. The month is ending. They might come back for this low before resuming going up. So on the daily, watch this low, because with the month ending, the way it's ending, they'll definitely come for it before we resume going up. Hype, same thing. Month is ending. We've gone both sides of the market, the high and the low, hence the weekly will decide. Okay, let me remove all this drawing. The weekly will decide somewhere here, price might come back before going back up again. Okay, and then AI 16, not the best. I wouldn't want to see them go way below that low. So what can happen, which right now from the day perspective, it looks like they might come back before. Now this month, from what I'm seeing, okay, that looks like the beginning of an auto block. Not until we do this, that's when you're gonna see it, but that is what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing next candle going and closing above that. Why? We've taken out the low. Candle is ending as a down candle. There was an up movement first. This up movement, usually that is the breaker. Okay, so with the month closing, this doesn't even have to make a new low. Let me quickly go and check dollar index. I'll come back because we have some news event at 1:30. That news event is PCE, price index. Just double checking and seeing how it's affecting price. It's not doing, maybe I talked too early. I was going to say it's not doing much, but it looks like it's rejecting. Let me check on gold. Okay, maybe I talked too early. Maybe you can reject. Well, let's see. I'm gonna watch and see if we can close below this up candle later at 2. If we can close below it, then it might be of use. If not, then it will be not of any use to me. Okay, so back to this. We don't have to go back below this low again because the month is ending, Saturday and Sunday trades. So we could just open and then we start going up. If we go below this low again, then it should immediately reject, because that will give you the lower low effect, high resistance. So it should immediately reject. So AI likely gonna go up as soon as we open the next month. And then finally Chachki, I think Chachki, I mentioned that they're gonna come back down if we close below this. So I expect it to continue going lower. Okay, simply because we couldn't go higher from the fair value gap. This candle has now closed below, hence it's gonna go and attack this low. So look for continuation to the downside. Okay, let's go back to the dollar. And yeah, no show. This is a sign that August has been a very, very, I would say, difficult month, but the month where price is likely going to be less predictable. So you have to go with the flow, especially on the high time frame. You have to go with the flow. At some point, I was expecting them to go up here and then reject. Now, I was expecting them to go below this low, and it doesn't do it. Okay, so we are left in the limbo. This high is intact, that low is intact. And that's the story of this week. It's an inside candle. Very hard to trade. Okay, so just sit, don't do anything, and then we go again next week. Next week, today will be 5th, and like I said, I will not be here. So next week will be our last trading week, and then yeah, when I come back from my holidays, then we resume. All right, so have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all next week. Today isn't a session. Today is just me talking, because there's nothing, so I had to just talk. So don't see this as a session, see it as just me talking. And we come back next week and see what the market will give us. All right, until then, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Take care.